morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another day here. Yesterday was another very successful day for us over here. I mean, you guys can kind of see it on the chart over here, that bottom tick. We're going to be talking about that a little bit. I was doing a little bit more research into kind of how that NFP data came out on Friday and kind of who is building up some of this part-time workforce that has been having such a nasty uptick in job growth over the last period that we were looking at this data for. Now, tomorrow, guys, this is when things are really going to start picking up with the market. That's why this stream is titled Calm Before the Storm. We have CPI tomorrow, PPI on Thursday. That is going to be some really important pieces of data. But before we get into everything, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of day. Say good morning to somebody in the live chat. If you guys would like to say good morning to me as well, I'd love to receive some good mornings. Let's do a little bit of a roll call, see who's in here. If anybody is new to the stream, which I'm assuming after the video that I posted yesterday, there's going to be a couple of you newbies in here. Let me know. I'd love to kind of run down kind of what we do around here so that you guys can get caught up, get a little bit of a precursor to kind of how these streams work, what we do, and how we accomplish what we do. But again, as always, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button on the way in, it costs you guys absolutely nothing to do it. Helps me out a whole lot, spreading these streams out to some more people. Let's get after it today, guys. We have some interesting tickers that we have to keep a lookout for. It's going to be fun. So let's see who we have. Oh my God, look at all of you guys in here. Let's see. We got Angel, Tammy, Romeo, Rogue, Michael, Starsky, Daniel, Daily, Taylor, Boric, Tor, All Function, Andrew, Eddie, Kano, Plug, Jackie, what's up? Jay, Dr. Bob, welcome everybody. It's good to see all of you familiar faces in here mixed in with some of you new guys. Let's do it. I'm new, was here yesterday and did see your video. Todd, there we go. So let's kind of run down kind of what we do around here. These streams obviously are to make sure that you guys have the understanding that you need in the market to have success. Obviously, we're going to talk a lot about day trading, swing trading, and things like that. But for those of you guys that don't know, again, it's very hard for me to describe this on a 1 minute and 30-second video. I mean, I've been learning about markets from some of the best people in the game, whether it's money managers, traders, since I was about 14 years old. So I really want to make sure that I'm able to relay that information onto you guys every single day. And we're going to make sure that you guys are going to learn a lot more. Now, you guys will see when I go on some of my little macro rants, kind of going through some of the data, some of the things might be confusing or they might sound a little complex. If you guys have any questions about anything, just let me know and I'll make sure to answer that for you guys too. Scalped LQR shares for 15% this morning. There you go. I actually want to take a look at that. I don't even know what that is. LQR. If this is, that's interesting. What do you got here? That's nice. I mean, good for you, man. Good for you. I mean, that thing's popping up in the pre-market. So couple of the interesting tickers. Actually, let's talk about the just a little bit from the day trade yesterday. I know the amount of messages that I was receiving from you guys in the day trading mastery course that hit this one was insane. So shout out to all of you guys. I mean, you guys know the deal with that strategy at this point. It's working on its 16th winning month in a row. It's just filthy. So this one comes down, bottom ticks right in here, barely triggers us in, immediately skyrockets right up to that first TP. Now, with that aggression that I saw initially, I was actually expecting that to at least make an attempt at the to these highs, or at least this zone up in here. But I basically just had to sit here. And for this is a 15-minute time frame, so this was like 2.5 hours of me sitting here doing nothing. On the opening of this candle right here, you guys saw it in that video. Cut the position and was good to go. That was a really, really nice one to start off the week. I've been so busy, guys, over the last few weeks there too, that I've really just been focusing on the swings. I mean, you guys on Instagram saw the performance of that last week. That swing account was up 20% with ACB and SLV. The SLV is actually looking really good this morning too. If we look at SLV, remember that position is now a lot smaller than it was, made it free, was scaling out at some. Why did all my alerts go away? Like all my alerts just got deleted on here. I don't know why, but I'm gonna have to figure that out. But there's an alert somewhere up in, I gotta find it. It's here. 2643 is probably the next spot that I'm going to be looking to take off the rest of the SLV position. I entered here on the 5-minute opening range break on this little move to the upside there. I think those closed the day, those options up, what, 235% is what they closed up yesterday. So we're going to see what happens there. NNOX, I'm very, very, very interested in here. This is a nasty setup on the weekly. I took a little starter position on it yesterday. Nothing crazy, probably about a third of the overall size that I really want to have on this thing. So, oh, hold on. About a third of the size that I really want to have. If we can continue higher, I'll probably start adding to this thing to potentially get a nice move up to this 1428 range there. There are a couple of others that those of you guys in the Swing Kings course have that on that watch list that I'm also very, very, very interested in. I'm going to be keeping an eye out for those today as well. But the main thing for today that we need to be aware of is that we have a really, really large piece of data dropping tomorrow, CPI. Now, what I actually expect to happen with CPI tomorrow is that the actual headline numbers for core CPI and headline CPI are not actually going to be what drives the market. What did we see last Friday with the employment data? You guys kind of saw me sitting here on Friday, confused on what the data was doing because all of those non-farm payroll numbers came out hot. They were all higher than expected. But when you look a little closer into that data, full-time employment data in the full-time employment growth was actually down about 6,000 jobs, and part-time employment was skyrocketing. Now, there's a couple of different reasons for that, and I want to go through this here before we start getting into the tickers for today, because this is really important. Let's talk about this. So what we're probably going to see them do tomorrow is that they're going to look at something called Supercore. So they're going to take out energy prices and they're going to take out shelter. They're basically going to be cherry picking data tomorrow. So if that Supercore number comes out all right, then the market still could react positively on a little bit higher than expected CPI data or inflation data, the consumer price index. That is a possibility that we have to be aware of. But going back to what we've been talking about with that employment data, the non-farm payrolls that came out Friday, if you look on the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, I think everybody kind of knows at this point that there's a problem with illegal immigration in the United States. There's a lot of people coming in. There's some negative effects of that that come in, and you could just thinking about this from just a broad macro perspective. Again, what we do on the streams here most of the time, we're going to talk about some political things. We're not making social arguments or emotional arguments. We're talking about how it affects the markets and the overall economy from an unbiased way. So if you want to have that conversation, go somewhere else. But when you think about what could happen and they're counted, if they're getting these part-time jobs and they're counted, as it says on the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, they have no metric to really determine whether or not these people who are actually in the workforce are citizens or not. Well, you could see lower cost of labor that could decrease average hourly earnings in earnings as a whole, increasing the overall people in the workforce, lowering the unemployment rate, and making it look like the inflationary pressures on the market aren't as bad as they actually are. Whew. So I know that was a little much, especially for a lot of you new guys in here. So I don't want to confuse everybody right away. But again, we gotta, for those of you guys that have been in here for a while, we still gotta keep it top tier, best education in the game here. So ACRV Benjamin, welcome back, buddy. Let's see. ACRV. Not a fan of this. This is just not fitting any of the setups that whoa. It's up 70% in the pre-market. Why would we touch this? I don't know why we would go near any of this, but yeah, not for me there. So, but SLV is looking good over here. NNOX, I like this a lot. I mean, this one, I think I tried this. This actually, so this reminds me a lot of RTX, Raytheon. How's the Civi play? I'm not in it yet. Civi has not done anything. This one actually looks interesting. CYTK. It's a pharmaceutical company though, so I don't really like it that much. I try to stay away from the pharma companies, but Civi setting up. I mean, I'm not seeing anything on it in the pre-market, but this is fitting the setup for us. Energy minerals or integrated oil. You've seen the massive moves that you've seen in the overall energy space here. Exxon just going on an absolute mission since February here. So some of those smaller names can have a lot of opportunity, especially if the oil market is going to remain hot. What you just said is why the disparity between surveys and ADP and NFP data has been all over the place. Yeah. TSMC looking good. TSMC. Did I screw this up? TSMC. What is this? Ooh. Yeah, I don't see this on here. So Are you looking at TSM maybe? TSM doesn't look bad, but this is a kind of a tough one to get right here. Very similar to Amazon. Amazon's a tough one to get right. It just kind of chops its way up. But going back to the NNOX, you guys remember the Raytheon trade that I was looking at that I tried to take on the daily, ended up getting stopped on it here. And if you flip this onto the weekly time frame, it's just a perfect weekly setup that I missed. So that's what NNOX is kind of reminding me of here. And it's a very similar situation where I tried to take this. I forget. Maybe I hit this one. I forget where it was, but it was somewhere in here that I tried to play this thing, and it just didn't do what I really needed it to do. But the weekly time frame is starting to really look good. You establish a smaller position on CYTK with the 15-minute orb, putting those mastermind concepts into action. There you go, Tor. Yeah. So CYTK isn't quite getting there for me yet. I mean, yeah, it is a biotech. The problem that I have with it is I don't know if this is one and I don't think it will be, that's going to be very like news driven or FDA driven. I mean, this daily chart looks dirty, so I might take it. You guys know I was looking really at the break of this wick high here to get that confirmation up. You do have earnings coming out in the beginning of May, so we do have about a month of time on that one. So we'll see what happens there. Please take a look at KULR. Gotcha. KULR. So this one for me, it's got a little bit too much noise on it. You can see the ranges up at these highs are very significant and large. This right here, if you said, hey, look at KULR back in the end of March and beginning of April, like last week, I would have really liked this one as it's converging into these EMAs and looking for that potential move higher. But right now, this reminds me a lot of ACB, which we nailed last week for about a 1-to-16 risk to reward trade here. This was dirty. So ACB could be setting up again, but you can see that the ranges are a lot wider. If the market is showing you that the ranges are going to be a lot wider, well, it also means that you could easily get stopped out when you don't need to. This one right here was absolutely perfect. Little bit of a front run on it, but this was the nastiest trade of last week, man. I know some of you guys traded the options on ACB here. Nailed that one for over 1,000%. I mean, it just goes to show the power of the educational resources that I provide you guys over here. It's absolutely filthy. But yeah, so KULR, Lewis, if that one really like fizzles out and consolidates and forms a nice little range, yeah, I'd be interested in it. But right now, it's not really on my radar. LYCY looking good. LICY, sorry. That doesn't look bad. So right now, guys, remember, we went through that period of time since really last November when you got the big Fed pivot where all of the big growth names were the ones that were moving the most. Right now, it's kind of switching a little bit. Like I was making the joke last week that my market neutral portfolio is filled with weed stocks and silver is doing phenomenal. And you're starting to see some of these different names and sectors starting to fire off. So when I say we need to be looking for stocks that we know can move significantly, that can change a little bit. And Tor, I also probably wouldn't be screwing around with something that's $1. I mean, maybe in some cases. I know the ACB was a little bit better. I mean, this thing, the entry was right around 450. I think it was 453 on the number there. Before this thing rallied all the way up to my final, my last scale out at 816 before I sold the rest of it at 7 on the remainders, about a 1-to-11 risk to reward trade there. So that was great. Silver, I mean, not much else to say about this one. This one's doing absolutely phenomenal. Exxon for the downside. It's going to depend. It's going to depend, man. Oh, also, team, for all of you guys that are new, we do a little bit of a game around here. If you guys get the like button to 150 likes today, we will extend the stream. Remember, it costs you nothing to do it. Helps me out a whole lot. I don't even understand what you guys are talking about. I just started trading recently. Ronald, that is perfectly okay, man. We're going to talk about some high-level things on this stream, but I don't want any of you guys to feel bad or feel like you don't know what's going on or feel overwhelmed. If you guys have any questions about anything specific that I'm talking about here, just let me know. My whole goal here and my whole job is to get you guys up to the level at which I'm at, and everybody else now, or most of the people in the live chat now are at, so that you guys can be self-sufficient. That is the main goal of this, to make sure that you guys have the skills that you need for the long term to be self-sufficient market participants. AMRK, let's take a look at that. Dude, I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good. Precious metal. Yeah, Ralph, I mean, you know where the entry was on this one. I mean, I'm not touching this up here. But if you're on that one already, what the finance and oh, it's precious metals. That's what it is. Yeah. NNOX kind of flickering around in the pre-market here. We'll see what happens at market open in 15 minutes. It'd be nice to get another nasty day trade set up here today. This one was filthy. This one was dirty. I mean, this is textbook right here. Perfect trigger in, bing, bing, boom, right up to TP1. What was the first take profit risk to reward? It was like what, 1 to 3.83. Not bad. The final take profit there would have been about 1 to 7.5. Watch it. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, the risk to reward on the day trading mastery course strategy is like. And you do things like this, like when you guys, and I think a lot of you guys have seen this too. When you nail those trades from the strategy in that course, it feels like you're just cheating because they come down. It just barely triggers you in, and then bloop right back up to TP. That helped with the eval substantially. Yeah, it did. Send my email pending. Born departure. What's your what do you call it? Email, or what's your name? Because I would assume that's not the name that you signed up with. Yeah, and there's so many of you guys too. Sorry about that. I know, and I've been so busy. It's make sure you guys are getting the emails. But yeah, what's your name or email? AMRK sells physical metals. Bloomberg article Friday about gold at Costco. Yeah, they are selling silver too. I think Costco's selling silver. Get some gold bars at Costco. Yeah. Can't you? What happens? Actually, here's an interesting thing. Can't you get a discount if you pay with a credit card, like cash back? David, didn't you ask for a refund? Weren't you one of the guys that asked for a refund? I could be wrong, but if you ask for refunds and then still try to take advantage of my stuff, I mean, that ain't going to fly around here. Still a course member? Oh, I know what might have happened. I did accidentally refund one person. You might be that one person. So, okay. Yeah, I got you, buddy. We also, David, I might have actually, hold on. I might have made an oopsie there. Yeah, I got you. There you go. Refund on the refund? Yeah. Check your account. You might have been the person because there was one that I accidentally did it with. I was tired and I went, bloop, wrong person. Let's see. Can you accidentally refund you? No, I can't. Sorry. The ES is moving up here nicely. Silver ripping. Oh, yeah. And then for all of you guys, too, I mean, we're talking about the information in the courses, and you guys are seeing all the success that people are having with them. There's a 50% off deal going on with them right now, too. I'll throw the link in the live chat for you guys. The Day Trading Mastery course strategy is working on its 16th winning month in a row. The Swing Kings course, I mean, that's the one where I'm teaching you how to find stocks that are about to explode before they do, just like the ACB. And it's been countless. I mean, you guys have seen it around here. It's been dirty. So for those of you guys that are interested in that and finally giving yourselves a fighting chance in the market, in learning these strategies that eliminate all of the beginner mistakes that retail traders make with risk management psychology. And I think, especially for you new guys here, is the thing with trading, and what you need to do is, if you're day trading, you always, and we have enough time for this. You always, and you guys that have been around here have heard this a lot, but you always need to be trading with systems over discretion. Guys, I've been doing this for a long time. I don't want to be taking advantage of you like that. Yeah, David, so check and see if you can still get into the course website, because I might have, because when that does it's very rare. I mean, all the reviews and the testimonials that we've had for the courses has been phenomenal. Seeing your guys' success has been amazing. check and see if you can still get in. If not, I'll send you a free code just to make sure, and then I'll get you back in there. But your training is gold, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, you always need to be trading with systems over discretion. Now, what does trading with systems actually allow you guys to do? If and you guys will see this too, especially if you've gone through the testing session in those courses where I show you 10 months of those trades that were taken with the strategy. If you know what your data is, what you expect to generate with your returns, let's say over time, obviously it's not going to be exact, but if you have a good understanding of what your system should be performing over time, it makes it so much easier for you to not make risk management or emotional mistakes in the meantime, because you can actually have that long-term vision and understand that the outcome of one individual trade is meaningless. It takes emotion out of it. Exactly. Your only job in the market, ladies and gentlemen, is to be a steward of your system. When I operate in the market, maybe 5% of my overall trades are based on things that I'm able to use the discretion and the ability that I've gained on how to read markets over the last 10, 11 years. Which is a wild thing to say because I'm going to be 25 in a month and a half. It's nuts. Been doing this for a while. Not trading for that long, obviously, but learning about things and having that understand. There was a long period of time where I was just like, I couldn't do it. And I was like, somebody give me an account. I know I can do this. Yeah, it looks like you're locked out. All right, bud. So I'll figure that out. Shoot me a DM. We'll figure that out after. Yeah, sorry about that, David. Little by little, you notice the emotions going out of trades. There you go. And that's the thing too. Like when I'm sitting in this trade yesterday, I was actually the only reason why I was frustrated about this trade yesterday, guys, after it hit the first take profit is you guys know I do a lot of other things. I had to make some phone calls yesterday, and I'm getting phone calls while I'm recording this video. I'm like, I can't be sitting here in this trade all day. Even stop it, Moto. Even though, like, yeah, it's money, it's great. But I do a lot of other different things as well. Wow, you guys are going nuts on the like button today. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. But hopefully, are you still a mod? But yeah, hopefully that is making sense to you guys. Systems over discretion makes it so much easier. And then again, for all of you guys that are interested in hopping into those educational courses, if you guys message me at any time on Instagram or Twitter with questions about the content that's in there, I want to make sure that you guys have that understanding. Every single one of you guys, it's like a project of mine. Like I want to make sure that you guys are understanding everything. Will I be live for tomorrow's CPI? I'll actually be live earlier tomorrow for CPI. So instead of the 9 a.m., we'll be live at 8:25. So on big days like that, CPI days, NFP, I usually come on a little bit earlier. That's a long ass trade. Yeah, man, look at this thing. Look, the entry was the bottom tick, runs up to TP. And Ralph, I was talking to you about this yesterday in the DMs. You were like, "Are you still in this?" I was like, "Yeah, dude. I'm just sitting here, like, doing nothing." Weeble futures are live. Oh, we might have to play around with that. We might have to play around with that. That would be fun. How are yields this morning? Coming down a little. TLT's up. A little bit. 45 cents there. Actually, how's yen this morning? I want to see how yen's doing. Yen's just kind of been hanging around 20. I mean, I threw like $9,000 at this in the 20s a few weeks ago. I like this just going over the next few years. Thank you for the TA. Looking for KULR for the long term. This Friday earnings call, but data's out yesterday. Does estimates and data out before the call? Is that normal? What kind of data, Lewis? I'm not familiar with that ticker. So what kind of data was announced? Like, yeah, like you could have news come out with a company before their earnings. But again, earnings is a coin flip. You never know. You never know. But I have some strategies for earnings for you guys. You guys know those. Those are good. Those are some fun ones. The post-earning strategy was dirty last earnings season. I don't know. Actually, we're getting into earnings season again. Estimates? Oh, that's fine. If it's estimates, that's fine, Lewis. Estimates are okay. Estimates have to come out before the call. ES moving nicely here. The overnight strategy that's out for free on YouTube, I believe would have gotten stopped overnight, but that thing's nasty as well. Again, data-driven strategies are going to what sets you guys up for success. Let's see. NNOX looks good. And that's the other thing too. Like, we're going to talk about, I mean, right now, everything that I have is looking really good. But when I get stopped out, like, I'd let you guys know too. Like, it's not like I'm sitting over here just always. And people talk to me about that on like Instagram. They're like, post a losing trade. It's like, first of all, there's why? Like, I just posted on my Instagram story. Like, when I lose, it's on there. It doesn't make any sense. Like, and it's a social media thing. Like, because the trades that loot, you know how long the videos will be sometimes? 10 seconds. Like, it'll go bing, done, and then it's out. Or it'll do this and just rip up. Yeah. I think I'll see Powell at some point. I think, I mean, I don't want to say this, but there's a high probability that I would say within the next 5 years that I accidentally bump into Powell at a couple of these places. Also, listen to this nonsense. The Kentucky Derby is the same weekend as Miami F1, and one of my friends' birthdays. So I have 3 events that I have to decide between. I don't know if I'm gonna do the Derby. I don't know, because I would really do it. Like, I would be in a box at Churchill, I think. So I don't know. That would probably be like 20 grand, I think, which is that really worth it? I don't know. And I was talking to you guys about this yesterday. I almost just want to use that money and throw a little bit more and throw my hat in the ring on a horse. You see a lot of these dum-dums out there buying iced out watches and renting Lambos, or buying like 2012 Ferraris to what? Flex on people on social media? You know what I want to do? I want to go back to the horse race I was this weekend and talk to CEOs. That's what I want to do. I don't need to buy a freaking Ferrari, live in Miami with a stupid iced out watch looking like a complete dum-dum. That's what I want to do. There are different games out there, ladies and gentlemen. There are different games out there. My trades, of course, yeah. 5 years ago, a box was $5,000 a person. Well, it depends. I think what happens is people get the tickets and then they're flipping them to people, making some money, which is fine. Leverage the pony. No, I actually really do want to have a stake in a horse, because then you can qualify to go to these. So you can go to these social clubs down. Like, you can join them. It's not like you just automatically get in, but you can join them. No need for clubs anymore. Yeah, see, I did that for a while, and it's fun. It's fun going to the club, having a good time, and because I live in Boston, so if you do it right in Boston with the club and treat everybody well, like, yeah, you get some special things. Like, I've been to some pretty cool events because of that, but it's time to step it up. It's time to step it up and stop playing around. So we're probably going to delay the pizza and get a horsey. There's some nice tax implications of that as well. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. It's hot in here. All right, we got 2 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way. And it's nice in Boston today. I got to turn the AC on. Hold on. We can't have the camera screwing around with all you new people in here today. Sorry. Hey guys, new to the channel, but day trading for a few years now. Love what I've seen on TikTok. Figured I should subscribe. What platform do you trade on? Trade-of-8, Ninja Trader, Webull. I got, what else do I have? I got a lot of them. Coinbase. I got a lot of different brokers that I play around with. With a horse trailer? No. You don't actually. No. It's there. I don't actually buy the horse. Like you buy a stake in a horse. Ding, ding, ding. Market is open, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. I want to see what these silver contracts are going to be at. What is this? 294% on the remainder of the silver so far. I would oh, they're not spready this. That's interesting. So those are looking interesting. Yin is hanging out right down below 20. We got NNOX. I mean, not really doing much here. Above this level, 1138, I'd be a little interested. Let's see here. Wow, we got a lot of new people in here today. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So tomorrow's going to be the real big day of the week. Thursday is big as well with PPI, Producer Price Index. After that, you're going to see a lot of people looking towards PCE, the Fed's preferred metric of inflation. Whoa, silver. Do I also trade? No, I don't trade Forex. And I'll say this to you guys as well. If you guys have the ability to trade futures, stocks, options, or even crypto over Forex, I would say that's the smart thing to do. The brokers, the data feeds you're getting on the brokers are pretty awful. The prop firms are most of the time. I mean, I've been talking about this for 6 months, that the prop firms are just going to go down and they're scheming you. Like, it's terrible. CYTK going all over. Yin's coming up. That's nice. A little red on that long-term position, but I mean, I don't really care. Yeah, what was the other one? Oh, Civi. Nothing on Civi, yeah. It's getting there, though. The SLV trade's nasty. The SLV trade is dirty. Those are up 300% right now. That's nice. So that's free. Ooh, 302%. Well, 301.85. They're flickering. So that's good. That's good. Civi's looking like it wants to get going a little. NNOX, nothing crazy yet. Let's take a look at some of the big Civi looking like this is one of my top watches of the week. This and NNOX. See what happens with those. Bond yields red across the board at open. Well, that's going to help markets a little bit, especially going into CPI. But I wouldn't expect much to happen today with CPI tomorrow. I think a lot of people are going to be doing some maybe last-minute positioning. The last 30 minutes of the day could be fun. Oh, Civi. There it is. I don't know. Let's do some math here, see what this would look like. Just use the risk to reward tool. What's the risk on 50 cents? Oh, that's tough. That's tough. That's tight. That's tight. That's tight, man. Hold on, let's see what we can do here. I like Civi. Yeah, the SLVs are ripping. Those are nice. Oh, the NNOXs are doing? We actually could put... Nope. This thing... All right. That move there almost makes me want to not touch this. Or, you see that? It's 3 minutes into the market, and that thing just whipped around. I might stay away from this. I mean, that was weird. That was weird. I might even wait for this thing to clear. Because, yeah, you do have a little range in here that it's breaking, but that's still almost front-running. Silver ripping. There we go. NNOX looking good. I'll add to this above this last weekly high. Civi. I mean, the risk would be so small with it that it's almost meaningless. But you could get caught up in a gap. That's the problem that I have with that. If that's going to be the price action with it, like, what's the market cap? 7 billion. What's the volume that it trades? 3 million. I mean, I'm just trying to think here. I mean, this SLV is just ripping. TSM looking good. That's a tough one to get right, man. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't look bad. This is probably on a decent one on the weekly, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's not too bad on the weekly. There's no volume on Civi according to TD. Yeah, it's like, look at it here. What's the volume today? 6,300 shares. Yeah, I don't think I'm touching this. I don't think I'm touching that. That is one of the things that we have to be careful of as well when going for these lesser known names. Like, yeah, it's going here, but I don't know. I mean, I could take a baby amount of risk on it. Let's just see what it would look like. I mean, because the risk to reward would be I would not trade options on it. What is up with the spread? Yeah, no. I'm not going near this. On Webull right now, it's no. No. The spread on the stock is like 20 cents. Yeah, nope. No, thank you. You've been in a meta short since Friday? Ooh, why would you do that? That thing has been setting up like crazy on the weekly here. I mean, you might be doing all right depending on where you got it. Yeah, darn. I mean, Civi looks great and it's in the sector that we need. It's just there's no volume and the spread on the actual shares is crazy. That's too bad. That's too bad. So for those of you guys that are like really new, what I mean is the market is an auction effectively. The bid, and you can see it here in the price where it's jumping between 76.20, that range, and 76.50, where there's just no bid. So if the bid keeps dropping out and nobody's really willing to trade this thing and the ask is going to stay where it is, well, it's going to quote the mid. So if the bid keeps flickering around, well, you're going to see the price just whip all over the place. And that's not really something that I want to take any risk on because you could get randomly stopped. It market orders you out and you just get a terrible fill. So nothing on that. Silver, that position's looking phenomenal. NNOX, that's fine. I mean, weekly setup here. We're going to let this thing go. What about Tesla? I want to see where Tesla is. Tesla's going to give us a move at some point this year that's going to be really big. I thought it had the potential to do it here. But again, obviously, for those of you guys in the mastermind, the difference between the internal trend shift and the longer-term trend is something that we absolutely have to be aware of. NVIDIA and Tesla now have covered the whole pre-market range. Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Oh, also, for those of you guys that want to trade futures and want to get funded, Apex Funding for Futures is having that 80% off deal, and it's 1 day to pass. So here's that link right there. If you guys are interested in that, I think I make like $1 if you guys sign up. So $1 or $2. So if you guys are interested in that, there you go. The only thing you got to be careful about with Apex is that trailing drawdown. But again, trade smart. Don't do anything crazy with it. Again, the 1 day to pass, the evaluations are so cheap that you could take on maybe a little bit more risk to get that 1 day to pass. But when you pass those accounts, again, small is the name of the game with those. So yeah, you guys are interested in that? There it is. Dang. I really wanted Civi too, but I don't think it's going to give it to us. Where are the chips? How's AMD looking today? Oh, no, that's too bad. We've had some really dirty trades on AMD recently with very, very, very tight risk. I mean, what was this one? A 1 to 12, 1 to 28. This one was nasty. I mean, the best. I don't know if I have it up here on coin anymore. Oh, I do actually. Here it is. This one was a 1 to 4 on if you traded the shares, but the options on this thing went 500% in a day when I front ran it on that Friday into Monday. That was disgusting. Yeah, AMD is all over the place there. TLT up a little. My funded futures is having an 8%. That's cheaper than Apex all in. Not trying to steal from your affiliate. No, actually, so here's the deal with my funded futures. I am interested in potentially becoming an affiliate for them. The only issue that I have is, and it's one issue. From what I've heard about my funded futures, it looks good. The problem is I think I'm not 100% sure that the CEO of like My Funded FX and My Funded Futures have some pretty tight relationships with the guy that was the CEO of Easton. in the funded trader, from my understanding. And again, there's not, again, as an affiliate, there's only so much research that I can do to say if it's a good firm or not. My funded futures is relatively new. Apex has been around for a while. I haven't seen any problems with them ever. But again, futures is a different game in terms of funding. It's regulated by the CFTC, so it's a little different, little bit, let's say, quote unquote, safer in terms of the way that the actual firms operate. Oh, I'm thirsty today. We actually could get a decent setup here on ES. Yeah, we actually could get another trade today on ES. Penn. Dude, have I ever told you guys the story with Penn? I mean, this is at the low, 17. All right, this doesn't make me feel bad anymore, but let's look at this. So I bought Penn here, right around this range at like 11. I sold it up at 30, right? Or no, I sold it right here. I sold it right before this earnings because I was worried. So still great, 3x on Penn shares. And then look what it does. It went up to freaking 140. That was a tough one. But now it's back down at 17, so not really all that upset about that. Oh, NNOX making a little move, trying to get above 11 there. That's nice. Silver coming down a little. That's fine. I mean, Penn couldn't handle Portnoy. No. Yeah, NNOX is getting going here. That'd be nice. Let's see. What do you think about using your day trade strategy when it pulls back? Oh, for swings on the daily, I would only do it on indexes. Oh my, still great trade. Understand the opportunity cut. Yeah, I mean, again, the thing is though is that I remember anything I buy in the long term, it's a little different now. I'm taking a little bit, I don't want to say more risk, but a little bit of a more medium term approach in long term investing vision, like 5 years about. That's kind of where the yin is coming from. But I mean, you guys know I own a boatload of AMD at $11.39. So that thing has been an absolute killer for me over the last, 8 years, 6 years, something like that. Nobody's perfect. No, nobody's perfect. But Penn, not really piquing my interest on the daily there. But that NNOX is looking good. So I mean, I'd be looking to add a little up at that range that we're talking about, or that high. So we'll see what happens. The shares I have are up about, I don't know, 2-3%. Nothing crazy yet. I haven't really found anything that I want to trade options on this week either. Where's DraftKings? This trade here, this was the 1,400% DraftKings trade. I should probably mark this out for you guys. Like, this was the 1,400% DraftKings right before Powell. It doesn't look that aggressive in terms of the risk to reward, but I did end up slinging weeklies on this thing. So this move up here was all right. So the highest I saw it was 1,400%. The last scale out that I had was it was between 1,150% and 1,200%. That's about where it was. So, I mean, again, is that much of a difference? Not really. Still an absolutely amazing trade. But I'm not trying to misrepresent it to you guys. It was around that. The last scale out was around there. TSM. Yeah, I know you like that one. Boric, remember, I mean, I'm not going to be able to take every single one. With the things that I've taught you guys, I mean, you guys send me screenshots all the time, especially for those of you guys in the Swing Kings course, that are nailing these trades. And it's ones that I just wasn't able to see, which is awesome. That self-sufficiency is absolutely amazing. NNOX is looking good. You got calls on it? Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's going to whip around. That's kind of why I wanted shares on it instead. But the weekly looks good. Just calling it out as you're in it? Yeah, awesome, man. Good luck. I hope it plays out really, really, really well for you. That's not the best setup in the world for me, but it would still qualify. Baba I used to say I was the Baba King over there when it used to trade off my levels, like down in, what was that, last year, 22 and 23. We used to have some dirty Alibaba trades, but it just hasn't been, we tried it a few times. It just hasn't been able to clear above this 78 area since, I don't know. I mean, when was the last time? In November of 23. So I do think there will be a time in the future where the China trade comes back, which is why I own this yin, 3 times levered China. I do think that eventually this will come back and you'll see that China trade come back to life, but it might take a while. It might take a while. Oops. I mean, also, guys, there's not much else. We had the swing trades last week were filthy with ACB and silver there. That swing trading account was up 20% with very minimal risk. Then we come out yesterday and absolutely nail one of the nastiest trades that you can hit with the day trading mastery course strategy. Bottom tick right here. You guys all saw that recording. I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of you new people are here today. So welcome. But what else do we have for data? Let me check the news feed, see if there's anything coming through. I don't think there is. Yeah, there's really nothing. Today's going to be a little bit slow. Tomorrow is going to be the really big day, ladies and gentlemen. Fastly looks good. Yeah, we were talking about that one. Fastly's still got to chill out a little, though, I think. Yeah, it's got to relax for me. It just needs to pull in and flatline. This is, I mean, it looks like this. It looks very, this was the 1200% Mara. This one was dirty, but again, the reason why I'm trading shares on some of these things is when we took this Mara trade on the 1066 break before it ran all the way up to 31, which is just ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. But I ended up selling my options at 600% at this second purple line here. And if I had just had shares on it instead, I mean, I would have made more money with less risk. So it's a trade-off. Did I completely close the NEE? I did. I don't have the NEE anymore. I kind of wish I did, but I just didn't nail that one completely correctly. So do I still have it on here? This was the breakout that I tried to get on NEE. It ended up invalidating down below here. So I was stopped on it, which is fine. Palo Alto, they should be up this morning with the Google news, but they're just coming up kind of. I would watch it to potentially reject around 274.36. If it can break above and get going, that could get it. TS, oh no. ES starting to come down. Yeah, it is. So, I mean, let's think about it like this. I think the average risk to reward on the day trade yesterday, I mean, for me, the way I executed it was probably around 1 to 4. We can lose the next 3 trades with the same risk and still be green on the week with the day trading mastery course strategy. And you hit one double TP, take profit, in a month with the day trading mastery course strategy, you're almost locked in a green month there. Like you're hitting 1 to 7s, 1 to 8s, 1 to 9s. What are your thoughts on Tesla long-term call about 6 months out? For me, it's not my favorite thing in the world yet. Ideally, I want to see Tesla sub 150 in order to do something like that. If this market pulls back at all, what do you think is going to happen with Tesla? It's already been hated by the market over the last 2.5 months here. So if the market pulls back, same thing with Apple. If the market pulls back at all, Tesla's going to get, in my opinion, manhandled. So, but on the other hand, when you look at what Tesla's trying to do right now on the chart, it is trying to shift that trend. So if this thing wants to move back up, ideally what we want to see on Tesla is shift up above 184, 185, and then consolidate and then get that move. Some of you guys might be thinking to yourselves, well, if you think it's going to get above 185 and then consolidate and make a big move up, why not buy it now? Because we don't know it's actually going to get there, right? We don't actually know if Tesla is going to make that trend shift move up to those levels. So what we need to wait for is confirmation, and that's really it. I mean, confirmation that it actually wants to do what we think it could potentially do. You got in around 163. I mean, that's a good entry, man. That is a very good entry looking at this chart here. Once you're bottom taking that. So those are probably looking pretty good. Silver's moving back up. NNOX chopping around. I mean, those shares are green. We got to see what's going to happen there. But again, not going to add anything to this. I actually need to set some stops on this, but not going to add anything to this until it really gets above this high of 1139. That's where I'm looking for NNOX there. Yeah, here comes ES. Hey, you're getting there. 1,600 on NQ and done for the day. There you go, Christopher. I mean, did we get a... No, we didn't get it there, but... Are they going to do the same thing they did to us yesterday where they bait it, miss us by like a point, and then move it up, and then you got to play the longer trend one? Yeah, Christopher, that's great, buddy. That is awesome. That is unbelievable. Yeah, and I'll throw this in the live chat one last time for you guys. I mean, all my education is 50% off. Those of you guys that want both the Day Trading Mastery course and the Swing Kings course, you also get the watch list every single week. You guys all, once you guys hop in, you always have access to me to ask questions. But I'm not going to try and sit here and double charge you guys for both the courses. I think that's rude, and I don't think that's fair. If you guys put that first foot forward and say, hey, I'm really willing to learn, I'm always going to give you guys that good deal and give you guys discounts for those of you guys that actually want to hop in there. Oh, the other thing too is that if you guys are active or retired military, the 50% off deal is already out there for everybody, but I'll give you guys a special 20% off deal on top of the 50% off for serving our country here. So thank you guys. It's the least that I could do for those of you guys that want to really better your situation here in the way that you look at the market. You got the courses, but I don't receive the watch list. What should you do? Follow at STV Swing Kings on Twitter. Send that account a DM with the email that you signed up with to the courses with. And so I can confirm that you're actually in there. And then I will accept you. What about first responders? Sure. I'll give you guys an additional 22 for first responders. That as well. What was the additional military discount? It's 20% off the already 50% discounted price. So I don't know what, I mean, let's do the math. What would the math be? What does that come out to? Like freaking 75% off for you guys? Like it's already discounted. Like it's you guys are making back especially if you guys are using prop firms especially with the Day Trading Mastery course, like you risk $100 on a prop firm with a 1 to 7 risk to reward. All right, you just doubled. Can you send me a first responder code? Yeah, Squirrel. I'll send that to you after. So again, anybody that's active military or first responder, you guys will get that additional 20% off code. You just gotta message me, Squirrel. I know you, so I'll give you that one. But just message me on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll hook you guys up with that deal. That's a total of 60%. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Order filled. Oh, shoot. Did it really? See, it's what's the, what is it? Shit, I missed it. What's the entry on it? Can somebody give me a number? What's the entry and stop? I don't know. I don't even know if this, it's how early is it? That's all right. 54.25. Come on. Where's it? Right. Oh my God. That's a bottom tick. What's the stop? What's the stop on it? Stop 51.50. All right. Bloop. All right. See what happens. So then it would be 20. So 10 points higher would be first TP. So that's what? 54.25. So you'd go 64.25 here. So that's what it'll look like here. Oh, well, it's only $2.99 anyway. It's a steal for the strategy combo. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, no, let's see. Do we have data at 10? Nope. Right. Well, is that, hold on, is the 5150 stop the 2 ticks below, or is that the actual like where the bottom of the zone is? Hold on. Is that where the bottom of the zone is, or is that the 2 ticks below? Because if that's that where the bottom of the zone is, your stops that can actually be 2 ticks lower. That is 2 ticks below? All right, cool. All right, let's see what happens. I'm going to be... See, this is the problem with streaming sometimes. I miss the freaking trades. Bottom is 52. All right, cool. Wait, so... Oh, yeah, so that's 2.25 points a writ. Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's perfect. Let's see what happens with it. Fed speaker now? Ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, spaghetti. Which one, though? Which Fed speaker? It's a tough one at the beginning of the day, but we'll see. I mean, this one was dirty yesterday. It's looking like a very similar setup here. Okay. Is 64.25 his first TP, right? That would make sense. It's usually halfway to the high. How's the 5-minute look? You flip back above this zone, you're probably all right. But I don't know. You do have a zone protecting you down here on the 5-minute, but we'll see. I don't know. Sometimes streaming protects me from the morning ones, and sometimes I miss the best ones. So we'll see. So what would the risk to reward be to final TP? 1 to 7.27. That's pretty great, man. Let's see if it wants to get yanked up. I don't know. You're up a little over a point there so far. You got a new 15-minute candle coming in 4 minutes. The buyers would have to really yank this up here. NNOX looking all right. It's a dangerous one, but it could still pay. NNOX trying to get back up to 11 there. Okay. Also, guys, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button on the way in, costs you guys nothing to do it. Helps me out an absolute boatload getting these streams out to some more people here. If you guys hit 150 likes, we will extend the stream today as well. Let's see what happens with this. You gotta, if you flip that 5-minute zone, that's kind of where you need it. Like, if you can get back above that zone, you basically have a straight shot up to 64.25 there. It's just, this is going to be a pain in your, you know what. Ralph, which speaker is it? 64.25? All right, cool. All right, let's see. We need that shift of trend there. First TP, yeah. All right, let's see what happens. Yesterday's was dirty, but we had to sit around for it all day and just wait. Yeah, about a minute left for a new 5-minute candle here. Am I in a trade right now? I'm not. I missed it because I'm streaming, and it's really hard to do everything all at once. I was really looking more so at the swings, the NNOX, but you guys from the day trading mastery course that nailed this one so far. So we got to see what happens with this. I mean, it's a tough thing to do, going all in and doing it all at once on the stream. But we're gonna watch this one. This is from the it's the same exact setup as what we saw yesterday here. Perfect entry, runs up to first TP. I deleted it, but it was, I think it was in here, 57.25 first TP. I mean, that was the video that I posted yesterday. So you got to flip this zone. If you can flip 52.58, you might be all right. Are you more risk off lately on the swings? I mean, the risk is usually the same. Shout out to whoever called the order filled. You had your speakers muted. Yeah. So I don't know. Let's see if it plays out. It might get stopped. But again, what you got to realize, and I think you guys have seen this, this strategy right now is working on the 16th winning month in a row. Even with yesterday, and if this trade stops, you're still green on the month. But if this hits and runs to first TP here, you've almost guaranteed another green month. If there are a boatload of setups that show up that just don't end up hitting, then yeah, maybe, I mean, it could chop down and kind of whittle into some of those gains there. But 2 single TPs and 1 double TP, like, you're set up pretty well. But I mean, right now, that's a nasty entry. It's a little early, but when the system says shoot, yeah, I mean, I typically like to avoid the first 30 minutes of the day. That's usually what I do. But I mean, that qualifies, so we want to see what happens there. Oh, NNOX moving. So yeah, I mean, I was really more so focused on the swings, and usually I just hunt for the day trades after the stream, because I can't, like, all the recordings are on the are off stream because I can't set it up that way. Let's see. NNOX is looking good though. I mean, I'm not going to add to this one until it gets up here. The entry I have on this is like, I think it's right around here, something like that. Oh, it's slipping a little. Yeah, I got a starter on I have like a third of the overall position that I want on the NNOX shares. Yeah, it's back at entry. I mean, it might chop around. You're at 10. So we're expecting more hawkish Powell on the next FOMC. Well, it really depends on what the data comes out as this week with CPI and PPI. So what are the silver contracts I have up now? 305.5% on the silvers. So those are good. I'll post those on the Instagram story in a little bit. Those are real good. Would you be late on NNOX? I would say no. I mean, the actual entry that I really like is above 1138. That's where I really like it. I just front run it a little bit. Very similar to what I did on the ACB. You got out of the NNOX call because it's much better for shares in this case. I agree. That's what I think too. Here we go. Again, you got to flip that little zone there. If that flips and you start running, you almost have a straight shot to 52.64. How's yin doing? In the morning, it was doing pretty well. It was up in the 20s. Yeah, 2014. It's doing all right. Yeah, here it comes. It's got, again, you got to flip that zone. You get 5-minute candle closes above there. I think you're going to be looking all right. Again, obviously anything can happen, but that's kind of that first line of defense there. So you're about a point away from it. NNOX options doing all right. Oh, shit. Look, sorry for my language. That's a move on NNOX there. That's a move. That's a big move. Oh, there we go. I'm up 1.5% on the swing account today. That's looking good. Between the silver and the NNOX, those are looking pretty solid. So I'm still looking to add. If we can get above there, I'll start taking some bites. Kramer just pumped arm. This thing is just whipping right now. I don't know. They're selling into it. It's rejected. It's hard to see, but you just rejected right near the top of the zone. You got to clear it. Yeah, here comes NNOX. What? No, I don't want. Yeah, there you go. Your NNOX shares are up over 8.5%. There you go. There you go. And it's coming down. I kind of want to wait for that break. ES flickering. Oh, it tried. It really tried there. Silver looking all right. New 5-minute candle here as well. What's the new? Not a new 15-minute, but yeah. No zones in here on the 15, but there are some on the 5. You got to flip this one. You can flip that zone at 52.58. I mean, that's where you got to be. Your options are up 43% on NNOX. There you go. There you go. Yeah, ES flickering, coming down a little. Let's see if they can hold it here. I mean, it's the fact that they've held it so far, I would say, is a decent sign, but obviously in the morning, anything can happen. Yep, here it comes. Oh, you got a little protection down here, but that's not very significant. Did you pop? No, not really. All right. What do we got to do on this? So we want... I got to throw some stops on some things because I wasn't able to yesterday. What's that? 1428. Alrighty. Oh wait, no, I don't want that. I want this. Boom. Ooh, we're losing it a little here. It got bought quick. If this 5-minute candle gets eaten and it closes up here, that'd be a good sign, but we got to wait and see. Hold on, I got to throw some more stops on this. Yeah, NNOX really doing well here. What's this? 1650? Hold on. What did I do there? All right, let's do this. See, I mean, you had a little protection at that zone there. Do you think there's potential on Airbnb after the eclipse surge? Potentially. We can talk about that in a second. Sorry, I'm just trying to set. I'm trying to set these like stop loss, take profit orders. I just gotta figure out how many shares I want. That I want. That. And I want. What else do I want? All right, that's fine. This thing's whipping right here. All right, now I got to do some math to throw another stop. All right. Sorry, I'm just managing this one trade here. All right. All right, cool. You got 40 seconds left on this candle here. I mean, if this can flip, that might be a good sign, but who knows? Early in the day, again, is tough. That's why I usually avoid earlier in the day. But since it qualified, that's why we're looking at this one this morning. Again, the real level to break here in order to really flip this trend is 52.58 above this zone. You might have a little fun. NNOX, man, I like this one. I really want to see what happens with it. So we're going to see. Tesla clear winner to start the day. Oh, yeah. Tessie getting some action here. Oh, there you go. Oh, my God. We are 4 likes away from 100. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. New candle. That's not the worst thing in the world there. That's not the worst candle I've ever seen on the 5-minute. That's a nice tail. But who knows? Where's silver? That silver position's looking good. What am I up on the day now? Still about 1.5% on the wow. The silvers are up 313% right now. Wow, that's great. That's awesome. Tesla Yin's doing okay. I'd love to see NNOX break last week's high. You do that, you could have a shot at 1230. That would be fun. All right, what else we got? Anything coming through the news feed here, guys? And again, there's about 20 minutes left on the stream. If you guys can get this stream to 150 likes, we will go for an extra little bit of time here. So if you guys want that, you want me to stay live? Didn't that guy on Twitter say Model 2 was can't? I think that's fake. Yeah, I think that's fake. Silver looking good. TLT looking interesting. What's the 10-year doing today? Down. That's good. I like this. I mean, this is a great weekly setup. I just want to see how it's going to go. ES slipping more. The buyers haven't stepped up here yet. They tried here. They ate this up, but again, 52.58 is really what you need to have a little bit more confidence in this one playing out. But again, what you got to think about too is, I mean, that strategy's had, 15 winning months in a row so far, working on the 16th. With that trade yesterday, ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. What the heck are they doing with this, man? This action here, I don't know. Them buying this down there, and it's a lot. I think it's just pre-CPI. I think we're just going to see a lot of chop nonsense, man. Kathy must be buying more Tesla. Yeah, or it's scheduled Elon purchases. Tesla up 3% off what, though? 40 minutes. Ford's delay of all of its electric SUV is not the result of gone EV euphoria, but part of a wise strategy. Is it, though? Tesla's robotaxi won't get investors excited. I don't know about that. We see unveiling on August 8th as more aspirational. Ooh, interesting. Dude, what are they doing with this? Let's see if they get that push. I mean, you need it above 52.58. About a minute. That's good. That's a good sign there. It's just that zone's going to be a pain in your you-know-what. Tesla has earnings this month? Yeah. 28 million in volume on Tesla with average daily volume less than 100. Ooh, that's interesting. Uber looked good on the weekly, but it's weak. Yeah. SLV doing good. Those options are probably up a little more. Yeah, 316 and about 2/3% there. That's good. It's just this zone here is going to screw around with you. We got 24 seconds left on this candle here. ES being stubborn. Yeah, it is. It is. You could be in this one for a while. If that's going to be the move here. I mean, remember, this is now. Remember what we talked about in the mastermind with those tails? So you're kind of getting a double setup in one. Can it still fail? It obviously could, but that buying pressure coming in there, you're looking pretty good here. You're looking pretty good. It's just got to hold and get through this zone. Wow, here comes silver. Let's see. You guys might do it today. We have 15 minutes to go for 40 more likes on the stream to extend it. I think you guys got it today. Did I see AMC made a new all-time low last week? Oh, it's almost like I said that was going to happen. Might as well take it. Take the shot as long as it follows the system. Are you talking about ES? Yeah. I mean, look at this now. I mean, you're clear in the 52.58. It's got to close here. So. And for those of you guys that are new here too, especially with ES, that's 10 points to the first take profit or 100% if that gets up there. The second one is 200%. So that just goes to show, I mean, the power. I mean, yesterday's was what? Yesterday, that's not great. But what was the first TP? I think it was 57.25. It was this. So it was 11.25 points the first TP. 22.75 to second TP. That's really good. We're just waiting to see if this one's going to play out like yesterday's did. NNOX moving up again. You got silver moving up. We're looking good across the board, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking good. What are we up now on the day? About 1.6% here. That's good. That's good, especially when, wow, the silvers are up 320% now. Wow. Silver. Yeah, see, you need candle closes above the zone because then you can use the zone as support. You just DM me your morning ES trade. Oh, I'm excited to see it. And then, yeah, Squirrel, I saw your message. I'll send you that code. And that goes for everybody else too. First responders, active or retired military. I got you guys with the additional 20% off to the already 50% discounted course price. So I'll throw that link in here for you guys one more time here. There you guys go. I mean, it's literally the best trading education that you guys are ever going to receive. It's insane what these strategies are able to do for you. DXYZ is down 24%. Who have you been paying attention to? Trev? DXYZ? What is DXYZ? Ralph, you mentioned that one to me this morning. Destiny Tech? Yeah, but this thing has just been on a ripper. 57. You need the flip. You just need, I mean, you're up, 3 points right now? That's not bad, but it's not. Here it comes back down. Smack that like, folks. Thank you, Tor. Yeah, you guys might be able to do it today. You got 12 minutes to go to hit that like button to get it up to 150 likes. And, oh, come on. Yes. What are you doing? No. It's just chopping at these lows, man. That candle close above this zone, though, is going to be important to see. The buyer stepping up there, though, is interesting. It's not even like early at this point. Like you're 40 minutes into the market. We could pick a direction here soon. Just got back from the DR. Went to Coco Bunga, one of the best clubs we've been to. Nice, man. Nice. Like it up, everyone. I think you guys got it. 29 left. We got enough of you guys in here, too, now to do it. We're up against the 5-minute 200 EMA. What's the 5-minute 200 EMA at right now? Is it right around 52.58? That would make sense. Silver's looking for new highs. What's the high of day on silver? 25.90. You say you're 3 cents off. 30 seconds for a new 5-minute candle. I love how you're not even in the trade, but you're rooting for us who have taken your education to the markets. Yeah, obviously, man. I mean, I want you guys winning. Been MIA for a few months. Have you added any new courses since you've been gone? The Swing Kings course and the Mastermind have been out for a while. Daniel, the Swing Kings course has been nasty. I'm not sure if you were around for that one. That one came out a couple months ago, but that one's dirty. That one is dirty. The Mastermind though is the, again, we're going through the additional strategies in the and those have been pretty nuts too. But then it's the overall financial education that you absolutely need to have long-term success in the market. And you guys have seen it up into this point. It's been pretty fun. 52.57. Oh, so it was close. It was close. A shift of, I mean, it's going to change, but a shift above there would be good. NNOX just chopping around between like 11 and 11.30. Do I invest in ETFs long term? I have some ETFs, yeah. I have some. Like I have some defense ones and some other one. Like I have a bunch of different stuff in that account. That's the big account though that I don't really screw around with all that much. I started screwing around with it a little bit more, but to me, it's the long term's the long term. CYTK is moving. There goes CYTK. I mean, let's just do some quick math on this. How would this look? The ranges are big on this thing. What would the reward be up here? So you got 1 to 5 to first TP if you were to hit it there. Let's see what that does. Let's do some math. Quick math. Oh, hold on. I gotta check Twitter first. Nothing on Twitter. Yeah, CYTK moved. What is that? $1.32. I don't know. It's going. Pre-CPI, I don't know what I want to do with it. I did add a little to the NNOX. It's right around 11.25. So I jumped the gun on it, but this one looks good. So you're actually getting more here. It's like $1.40. The Swing Kings is the last one you got? Yeah, so Daniel, I can send you the link to the Mastermind. It's actually, I think it's going to be longer than the 10-week program I initially said it was going to be. 2 classes a week, about an hour long each one. The prices are supposed to go up on it for everybody else that wants to hop in. I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. I just like don't send the link to everybody anymore. See, it's not textbook, though. That's the problem. Like, the ACB was so textbook. Same thing with the NNOX. And the volume on this thing is dead. So, I mean, we can leave this here to just look at it, but I think I'm good on... I mean, dude, the silvers are up, what? Fucking 300-something% right now? 322%? Yeah. ES, trying again. ES trying again. You got CYTK at 73.76. All right, let's see. Let's see if it wants to go. I mean, first TP is going to be up there at 81.40. So what is that? I mean, there it goes. There it goes. Does the Mastermind have more future strategies? More? Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So there that one goes. So, I mean, we can use your entry. What was it? 76? That's 77. That's close enough. So your risk to reward, the first TP is about 1 to 4.67. It's looking great right now. NNOX looking okay. ES is just chopping around like an a-hole. I told you guys, this zone is going to be a pain in your you-know-what. The Masterminds are straight up knowledge bombs. Thank you, Daily Taylor. You know what I'll do, though? I mean, all right, I'll give you guys a gift today. I'll give you guys the link to the Mastermind here. It's still at the lower price than it should be at. So for those of you guys that are interested in hopping in, again, it's What week are we into the mastermind? I think we're 4 or 5 weeks in. So there it is. Those of you guys that are interested, I mean, it's the best. Like, it's all of the we're getting real complex in it now. I mean, the stuff that we're gonna cover in tonight's mastermind is gonna be pretty fun. We're doing cost of capital stuff. Mastermind is worth it. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that. So yeah, there you guys go. I mean, 4 weeks done, 8 sessions. Yeah, I'm losing track. CYTK made that had a nice little pop there up there. That's nice. ES is just, I mean, it looks like it wants it. Mastermind definitely worth it. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm giving you guys a little gift today. All right. You guys have 24 more likes to hit on the stream in 5 minutes in order to extend it today to 11. So let's see. Yeah. CYTK looks like it's going. I mean, it's all right. If I miss it, I miss it. This thing's just being an a-hole. Yeah, but there you go on CYTK. That thing's looking good. Yeah, let's see. I mean, you guys are getting close there. This thing's just chopping around. You almost could say it's forming an inverse head and shoulders if it stops here. Almost. Are those things that I trade? No. NVIDIA needs to call a friend. Yeah, his friend NNOX that they have a little investment in. CYTK breaking 75. There you go. Where's Civi? What did Civi end up doing? Because that thing was annoying. Yeah, see, those spreads were terrible. That thing just ended up moving right back down. What is TSLL? Oh, Tesla Bull 2X. That's an interesting one, actually. Silver's right near the highs. NNOX is looking so good. Uh-oh. Oh, stopped out on that one. So, again, still green on the week, especially with what we did yesterday. So, I mean, the strategy still is working on its 16th winning month in a row there, especially after this one. And I missed a few last week as well. Last week, you guys hit a couple as well. I know Michael was up there, so one loser. Not the end of the world. You got to think long-term, man. So there actually could be a good short setup for me here later in the day, but we'll see. We will see. And again, I'm not one of those people that's going to come around here and hide from any losing trades. The losses are part of the game, and I'm perfect. Let's say that you have a 1% loser on a trade, but then the other trades are making you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9%, and your win rate is between 35 and 40%. I'm just glad the nonsense is over. Loss was tiny. Exactly. That's knifing, though, there. That is really coming down. So you're actually getting towards the entry from yesterday. So you actually might see a reaction off of this. 52.46. Watch that. It's possible. So there's that low. It's also this low in the pre-market. You already saw it react off of my entry yesterday as well. A third time, I don't know if it's going to get it because we do have this zone down here that we can go and hunt. Yeah, see. The nonsense was over. Yeah, I mean, yesterday I was sitting in this one just like, am I really going to have to sit here for 3 hours? NNOX still holding well. It's going to have a delayed reaction, though, if it's going to do it. It's up 3% today, though. That's good. SLV coming down a little. CYTK lost it a little. What happened to the yields? That's interesting. So looking at the 10-year here, especially on like a 5 or 15-minute time frame, yeah, it moved up a little, but yields are still coming down. Are we going to that zone? Yep, here it is. Somebody's scared of CPI, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody is scared of CPI. yeah, so there's the link to the mastermind in the chat too. So for those of you guys that want to hop in, get in for tonight. I still got to upload those videos actually into the platform, but let's see. What else we got? How is AMD getting pooped on here? Yeah, that's, oh no. That daily on AMD looks really not good. Oh no. I might grab a little downside CPI hedge too for later. But team, it is 10:30 in the morning. You guys were really close on the like threshold today, but you were unable to do it. Shout out to all of you guys that are new hopping into the streams. Hopefully you guys are learning a lot, kind of seeing how we operate around here. And I'll throw the link to get the 50% off deal in the courses one last time. So there you guys go. You guys have the mastermind thing. That was kind of like my little gift to you guys today. So we'll be back live earlier tomorrow with CPI. All you mastermind people, 6 p.m. tonight, we're going to be getting going with that. We have an awesome mastermind prepared for you guys tonight. It's going to be a little bit more complex with the math, but we tie it all in together at the end, obviously, like we always do, with all of those practical applications. So, team, I will see you guys later. Peace.